You fixed a leaky pipe in your home office. You also installed brand new flooring in that same room. Both cost money. Both touched your workspace. So you write both off the same way, right? Wrong. To the IRS, one of those is a repair and one is an improvement. And the gap between those two words can change your deduction by thousands of dollars this year. One you deduct immediately. The other you spread out over 39 years. Today, I will show you exactly how to tell them apart. How the home office percentage changes everything. And the one trap at sale time almost nobody sees coming. Welcome to the Freelancer's Wealth Blueprint. This is where we turn freelance income into long-term wealth. If you work from home and file a Schedule C, hit that subscribe button. This channel is built for people exactly like you. Let us get into it. Let us start with what the IRS actually means by these words. A repair keeps your home in normal working order. Think of fixing a broken window, patching a hole, repainting a wall, swapping a worn-out faucet. None of that adds real value. It just keeps things running. An improvement is different. It adds value. It extends the life of your home. Or it adapts a space to a brand new use, a new roof, central air, a finished basement, a kitchen remodel. Those are improvements. Here is the quick test I use. Ask yourself one question. Did this fix something that broke? Or did it make the home better than it was before? If you fixed something, it leans repair. If you upgraded something, it leans improvement. It is not always perfectly clean, but that question gets you most of the way there. Now for the part that matters to your wallet. Repairs and improvements are treated in two completely different ways on your taxes. A repair is deducted in full the same year you pay for it. An improvement is not. An improvement gets capitalized. That means you spread the deduction across 39 years through depreciation. So a $1,000 repair gives you a $1,000 deduction this year. A $1,000 improvement gives you about $26 a year for the next 39 years. Same dollars spent, wildly different timing. But there is a second layer that trips up almost every freelancer. Direct expenses versus indirect expenses. A direct expense only touches your office. Painting just the office. Fixing the outlet in the office. Those you deduct at 100% because the whole cost is for the business space. An indirect expense covers your entire home. A new roof, the heating bill, homeowner's insurance. Those help the whole house, so you can only deduct the business use portion. And that portion is your home office percentage. So how do you find that percentage? It is simpler than it sounds. Measure your office in square feet. Then divide that by the total square footage of your home. Say your office is 240 square feet. Your home is 2,000 square feet. 240 divided by 2,000 is 12%. That 12% is the slice of every whole home cost you get to claim. It is the master number for all your indirect expenses. Let me put the two ideas together, because this is where it clicks. Every home cost falls into one of four buckets. A direct repair, a direct improvement, an indirect repair, or an indirect improvement. Direct repairs are deducted fully and immediately. Direct improvements are depreciated fully over 39 years. Indirect repairs are deducted immediately, but only your office percentage. Indirect improvements are depreciated over 39 years, and again, only your office percentage. 4 buckets. 2 questions. Repair or improvement, direct or indirect. Now here is a tool that can save you a real headache. The de minimis safe harbor. The IRS lets you simply deduct anything that costs $2,500 or less per item, even if it would technically count as an improvement. You just have to attach a short election statement to your tax return each year. So that $400 built-in shelf or that $900 light fixture upgrade. Instead of depreciating it over 39 years, you can write it off this year. For most freelancer-level purchases, this election is a no-brainer. Let me run real numbers so you can see the split in action. Picture your home with just one room set aside as the office. Every dollar you spend gets sorted by those same 2 questions before it ever touches your tax return. So let us walk through 3 very different costs in a single year and watch where each one lands. Here are the 3 costs. First, you fix a dead outlet in your office for $150. That is a direct repair, so you deduct the full $150 now. Second, you put a new roof on the whole house for $12,000. That is an indirect improvement. You take your 12% share, which is $1,440, and you spread it across 39 years. Third, you repaint the entire house for $2,000. That is an indirect repair. 12% of that is $240 deducted right now. See the difference? The outlet and the paint hit your return this year and lower your tax bill immediately. The roof barely moves the needle this year because it is locked into decades of slow depreciation. Same 3 projects, 3 completely different tax outcomes. This is exactly why labeling each cost correctly matters so much. Now for the trap nobody warns you about. Depreciation recapture. When you take depreciation on your home office, you lower your tax bill year after year. That feels great, but when you eventually sell your home, the IRS wants some of that back. The depreciation you claimed gets recaptured and taxed at a rate as high as 25%. This does not mean you should skip the deduction. The yearly savings usually beat the future recapture, but you must keep records of every dollar of depreciation you take, so there are no surprises at closing. So let me leave you with the simple system. For every home cost, ask 2 questions. Repair or improvement? Direct or indirect? Repairs deduct now. Improvements depreciate over 39 years. Direct costs deduct at full value. Indirect costs deduct at your office percentage. Use the de minimis safe harbor for smaller items to skip the depreciation grind. And track every bit of depreciation for the day you sell. Get this right and your home office becomes one of the most powerful deductions you own. If this helped, hit subscribe. I will see you in the next one. This content is for educational purposes only and does not constitute tax advice. Consult a qualified tax professional for guidance specific to your situation.